What up, guys? It's your boy Kevin E the Farm D, aka Kevin the Refugee, refugeehustle.com. And today I just want to kick it. This is my Chinese New Year, President's Day, chill mother time. Let's get to it. What up, guys? So honestly, I was trying to think of what to talk about tonight, but sometimes things don't always have to be so like there doesn't always have to be a freaking agenda all the time, And let me just adjust my camera. Perfect. Yeah, I was just saying, like, there doesn't always have to be an agenda all the time, and it's good to just like kick in, just talk to you guys for once. I was just wondering what y'all all are up to this weekend and stuff. We got Choi Pak in this mother bitch. Awesome, man. Yeah, so today was actually, or this week was actually kind of weird for me, for the most part. So if you don't know, it's Chinese New Year. So I don't know if you guys celebrate at all, but it's weird, man. Like, it was Chinese New Year, and it was also Valentine's Day, and there are all these like different things happening this week, and it's just very interesting because I think this is what people mean by like when people say that, it starts to hit you, like your parents' loss and stuff. It starts to hit you throughout the year. I definitely felt it around this time, man. It's weird. Like, I don't know if it was just like all the I don't know if it was just all the people like sorry, I just blanked out. I don't know if it's just like all the times we go like out to eat and it's just like table for one. And I was just in a really emo mood this week, and that's when I shot my video. If you guys haven't saw, like, I launched only like one video this week. But we also have Legend RX. Happy New Year. We have Seton. Happy Lunar New Year, Kevin. This Gina stream for yours. Oh shit, man. My ninja, man. Cheers. Fuck yeah. Gina, I'm coming after you. That's so funny. I'm gonna send that to her later tonight. But that's awesome, man. But yeah, man, this week has been pretty emotional for me. I don't think I've ever, like, I was going down the so I was trying to write an article, actually this week's article or last week's article on Refugee Hustle, and I actually went on WebMD and looked up like clinical depression. I was like, God damn, I hit all these, like, I hit every single bullet point. I was like, damn, dude. And it just made me, it was just kind of like, man, I need to ease off a little bit, from social media and all that. I think, like, in my mind, like, I have such a high expectation to succeed that sometimes I don't really put my needs like in front of me, like taking time to just rest, to just like not have such high expectations. But I guess that's what school does to you sometime. Like, I don't know, ever since a young age, I'm not sure if you guys relate, but like, ever since a young age, I've just been hustle heavy, man. And I don't know, I just feel this intense like desire to just grind out everything. But near the end of the week, I actually found my groove back yesterday and today. Dude, I got hella work done. I don't know what happened, but man, like, it must have been all the Mr. Shot City videos I've been watching, or like, talking to different people this week. But man, I've never seen so much love on my channel before, and maybe that's because I'm like speaking on some real shit, man. Got any lucky money yet? Oh yes, baby. Just from the A1 since day one, baby. Just from my mom. And I'm actually going to do, well, I'm planning to do line dance in Chinatown this year too, with my Kung Fu group, which I haven't done in ages. Honestly, like, I love, like, back in the day, I always used to go line dance with my Kung Fu school and stuff. But, recently I've been prioritizing my own business in front of everything because as much as I love to do that stuff, I gotta take care of my own needs first, especially being unemployed. And I really want to take this seriously, take my business seriously. I don't want to half-ass this shit anymore. And I think that was the ultimate decision I decided to go with. Like, not apply so heavily, but focus more on my business, and that's eventually going to make me happy. Pretty interesting. Like, dude, I can't believe. Oh, by the way, I actually reached out to a lot of different people. So I got to meet Lake, Nova's husband. I also got to meet Creative Vane, the No Fapper Not. He's like this high school kid who does all these no fap videos, and he reminds me of myself. We both love hip hop. We actually shot a podcast this week. Should be up later. I just need to sit down and edit it. I just need to sit down and have an editing day. But man, I just got to do so much, and it was just really chill to just meet all these people and just have so much love. And I actually reached out to Mr. Shot City this week, and I was just like, man, I remember when I was like telling Mr. Shot City, I was like, so for y'all that don't know who Mr. Shot City is, he's the he used to do these videos like I don't know, some of his videos are hella funny, like they're just hella real. Like, he did a video, his most famous video is the fridge one, where he's like, keeping your fridge stock will get you mad women and stuff. And he's like, if you haven't watched it, check it out. That's some of the OG YouTube shit, but it was also the most real. He also has this one where he's like fighting a parking ticket, another one when he's like hooking up with a girl at the DoubleTree and stuff, and he takes you on this vlog. And it's like not like a vlog like this, but he flips the camera around, you don't know what he looks like, and he's just really entertaining. His shots are kind of like shit, but like it's like the person behind that you fall in love with. And I was watching a bunch of his videos, and some of the videos that really touch my heart are the Make a Difference Mondays ones, where he goes out in community and just helps like Chi-Town, the people in Chicago, like the everyday people. And he's not a baller or anything. He's just like a real genuine person. And man, I always look up to him. And I think like when I was watching these videos, I was like, God damn, the top YouTubers are like Logan, Jake, and all these like vlog or prank channels and stuff. But I'm just like, man, Mr. Shot City was such like a huge motivator in my life, you know? Like when I was in college, I was so depressed about my life, and I didn't know, like I didn't really have anyone to really talk to. So when I watched his videos, it was kind of like an escape for me, you know? And yeah, it was just an escape. And I like at that age when you're in college, you're always wondering like, what do I really want to do with my life? Like, what do I want to do, and like my next steps? Because for me at that time, I knew I sort of wanted to do pharmacy, but I wasn't quite sure, and I was actually failing some of my classes. And so that's when I was on academic probation, that story I always tell you guys. But that was during that time, and I used to watch Mr. Shot City and just like really love his videos, man. And it just gave me a little more hope for the world, you know? And I sit now like 10 years, almost not quite 10 years, 9 years later. And I'm in a similar predicament, man. Like I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with my life, if I'm going to make it, you know, like all these next steps, you know? And again, he still comes in my life, and it's just like, man, he gives me so much hope for the world. And he's making a comeback too. He's posting here and there, but obviously he's not as big as before. But yeah, I took the time to just reach out to him. I was just like, hey, Mr. Shot City, I know you're busy, but you know, I just want to tell you how much you've impacted my life. And as like a now, I wasn't a content creator back then, but now as a content creator now, I really look up to you, man. And like, dude, you changed so many lives, and I want to do the same thing, you know? And we just went back and forth a little bit, but it was pretty cool to see such a busy person, such a well-respected YouTuber, just reach out and take the time, and it really meant a lot to me, man. New Founder says, Happy Chinese New Year's. How was your Valentine's Day? Did you have a Valentine? Good question. I did not have a well, I mean, I just went out to dinner with my mom this week just because honestly, like, it's kind of like Valentine's Day tradition at my house, at least when I was living back here. But my dad always used to take us to dinner all the time. And since it's the first year without my dad, I just decided it'd be a good idea to just kick it with my mom and stuff, you know, because everybody else is doing off their own thing and stuff like that. And I'm just like, well, you know, my mom's just at home. Let's just do something together, you know. And so we went to Banchan. For y'all that don't know, it's like there's this place called Banchan. It's like a chain, and it's like fried chicken, Korean fried chicken with like all this. So we had like seafood pancake, fried chicken. It was hella good. And then we had did we go out to dessert after? I can't remember if we went to dessert after, but yeah, we just kicked it and stuff, and it was good, man. I've been spending a lot of time with my mom recently. Like yesterday I went to Shabuzen with my mom. Today we just ate home together, but I'm really taking every moment to spend as much time with my mom and just like have these moments, because I realize that my moments with my parents are only for so long, you know, and it's a certain time in your life. And for me, I forgot where I read it, but I think I was doing research about. So I'm trying to do this video about whether a pharmacy residency will whether a pharmacy residency will protect you from automation. And I was like going through all these videos and looking at like college videos and stuff. And I think one of the videos, one girl said like people come and go. People come into your life for a specific amount of time or something like that. Basically, it was just saying that, you know, people are meant to be in your life for a specific moment, and then they go away. And that's true for anyone. Like eventually everyone either loses touch or they pass through your life, you know, and it's just another experience. And I just feel like my dad, he was such a major part of my life and who I am, and the character that, like, the person I am today. If it wasn't for my dad, like good and bad, like I wouldn't be here, you know. And yeah, man, like I just you know, I look at the people in my life, you know, like some people I'm not as close to anymore, or maybe they don't like me or whatever. And it kind of sucks because we were really close back then. But then I look back and I'm just like, they were there for a specific moment in time, and it's okay to cherish those moments, but you have to move on. You can't always hold on to the past. Like, I'm not that same person as I was before. They're not the same person. And as we go out through this journey of life, man, it's okay to, you know, just lose people in your life, you know. And I'm trying to get better at accepting it, even though sometimes it might piss me off and shit. I checked out his channel. Why did he stop uploading? You know what? That's a good question. I don't really know, to be honest. I think like at the time YouTube was changing so much. I think this was like when YouTube was starting to get more corporate and stuff. And he has this video like why this is the end of YouTube or something like that. And it was this time where YouTube started becoming more PC and stuff. And I think one of the beauties of YouTube back in the day was that like anybody could upload anything, and it would just be a very real time. It wasn't like high production value. Like, it was just like a time where people just shared like everyday videos. Like literally you shoot a video on your phone and that would be considered like a really cool video, but it's just a glimpse into people's lives. And as I get into like all this video, like I think about infotainment, like, okay, what are you going to talk about each video, right? Like within first 15 seconds, state the purpose of the video, captivate them, hook them, and then use like 3 bullet points to lay out and organize your video, and then have a CTA, call to action. Like, dude, all that stuff, like I understand, especially like doing marketing and stuff like that, but I just feel like after a while you get really burnt out doing that sort of content. And I think that's one of the reasons why people come and go off YouTube, because, you know, you're always thinking about there has to be a purpose to this video. There has to be a purpose. And you know what? Sometimes like there doesn't have to. Like today's video is just like, let's hang out, the Chinese New Year stream. It's nothing like crazy. I don't have a crazy CTA. I don't have any of, well, I do have affiliate links below, but I mean, like, it's not like I'm pushing anything, and I rarely do push anything on my channel, honestly. But like, I think that's why people get so fucking burnt out all the time. It's just because like, they're always thinking about different CTAs, and that was like the beauty of YouTube, because people weren't so marketing driven, you know? People were just real, and like, I think Mr. Shot City like captured a really important time back in the day, like where YouTube was just so real. And that's why I laugh at the JK films and stuff, like the OG ones, because they used to do skits, improv, you know, off the top. They're just fucking around. So just like how us kids, we used to like fuck around all the time and make fun of people and play. We used to just have fun, man, and it wasn't always so serious. And man, like I look at like the new YouTubers with all the CTAs, buy my merch, you know what I mean? And it's just like, damn, man, like there's so many freaking, as Gary Vee says, jab, like right hooks. There's so many right hooks nowadays, and there's not enough like real connection, man. And that's, yeah, I just went on a huge rant. New founder, moms are the real MVP. Yes, they are, man. They sacrifice so much. Lake, what's up? Dude, dude, thanks for a talk earlier this week. I'm feeling a lot better, man. I really appreciate it. For y'all that don't know, Lake is like Nova's husband. He's one of the realest people out there. Make sure to subscribe to his channel. I haven't actually watched any of his videos yet, but just going off his vibe and stuff, man, he's one of those real people in your life that really encourages you even when you're in the dumps, you know? And I think that's just true for life. It's important to have people in your life that will encourage you, that will, like, you know, that was actually what my article, even though I don't think my article this week was very good, I thought it was very therapeutic for me to just put it out, because I started listing all the people that really encouraged me, you know? And even Brian, like this week, I was just like, man, I don't know if I'm doing the right things. This is the right step in my life. Like with Brian, like he's so accomplished education wise that he was just like, man, like, dude, just stick it through, you know, like, and he was just saying all these really kind words. I wish I could, well, I don't know if he'll mind if I read it or not, but let me just take a quick look. Let's see. He's like, everything you're going through is not easy, and you're handling everything in the right way. I was telling him I made music, so I did a remix of or reproduction of the Lil Xan Betrayed song, which is an awesome song. I was thinking about using it as my background music today, but I was thinking about using it in my background music today, but I was just like, man, that shit gets hella repetitive listening to some hip hop beats all the time. Nova, what's up? Nova. Legend RX says you should have Chris come on your stream sometime. Oh, my brother? Maybe one of these days I'll just throw him on my stream. It would be pretty cool just to have my brother on, but I don't know, man. I'm not sure if he's like comfortable. I would need to ask. But anyways, he was just saying that using this experience to further your work toward your goals is great. Tying it in with your dad would have wanted you to do this because it's a very meaningful thing. You know he's looking down on you and proud of you, especially since you've reconciled your differences with him prior to his passing. Probably meant the world to him, and I'm sure you. Keep your head up, man. You got this. And I was just saying, like, it's just really good to just have really down-ass homies in your life, you know? Even, like, Nova, like, it's very interesting, Nova, to see you in my life because I'm very blessed. That moment where we did a collab, it wasn't... that moment that we did a collab, it was just like, wow, an actual bigger creator actually believes in me, you know? And it's just like, okay, you know, if there's something that these other creators see in me, something that my followers see in me, why can't I see it? And I started like really going in deep this weekend. Actually, pretty fucking funny. So I was actually at the library the other day, and they have this cart of 50-cent books. I'm pretty sure I have both of these books in LA, but two books I bought. Bam! I'm not sure if you can see it. Hold on. The Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell, and The Happiness Project by Gretchen Rubin. I actually saw Gretchen Rubin not too long ago, but I bought both these books for 50 cents. So worst case scenario, I'm just gonna flip them. But man, it's just like these, like sometimes like $1 purchase can make you the happiest kid in the world. And I'm just like reading. Well, I'm about to read this book again, but it's about like trying to find happiness and whatnot. And I think for too long I was really tying my happiness with all my wins, like treating my life like a fucking resume, man. And like I was just tying my identity as a pharmacist, being like having a steady paycheck and all that way too much, like that's not what makes my life really rich. It's like people, and if there's one thing that pharmacy allowed me to have is like just the opportunity just to talk to people like Nova, buy cool ass equipment like my podcast mic and stuff. But like that's what's allowed me my rich life, that I'm able to just like talk, and it's like a Sunday night, President's weekend. Y'all could be drinking, do whatever during the weekend, but you guys are here with me, and that means the world to me. There's no better feeling than that. Lake says kind words. You gonna watch Black Panther soon? And Andrew's in the house, says Angel. You gonna watch Black Panther soon? Probably not. I'm not really a comic book fan and stuff. But if my friends like, that's like one of the things I'm not really big on. It's pretty interesting. Like one thing that I don't really give a fuck about is movies too much. So I don't really watch movies. Like honestly, during these last few years, I probably only watched like less than 3 movies. I think I watched the Avengers. I recently watched Star Wars. That's a must watch for me because that's a childhood. I remember even back in the day, like with my dad, we used to always watch freaking Star Wars, man. Every single time, like during Christmas or something. I don't know. They would always play Star Wars at the most randomest times. And I remember like with me and my dad, like we'd just be chilling at grandma's house and we'd be talking about Star Wars. And I was like, oh man, that's so cool. I don't even remember. But I think he was telling me the first time he saw Star Wars too, but I was just really reminiscing on my dad a lot. Oh shit. Lost my chat. Eating dinner, enjoying this live stream, says Lake. Awesome, Lake. Yeah, man. I'm actually really enjoying this this organic turmeric ginger herbal tea, man. Yo, shout out. I need a freaking brand deal from Trader Joe's, because man, this tea I've been going through. It's like this like some teas are, I don't know, like for me, I've always been really into teas, and I don't know, turmeric tea, it always has that bit of kick to it, that spice, a little burning sensation. Ginger, if you add ginger to it, adds this like kind of also another burning feeling, but very like, I don't know what the English word is, ching, like clean like type of feeling. I don't know, but yeah, man, like it's like honestly, I just love tea, man. Dude, Nellen actually sent me a whole bunch of tea packets too. She got me a whole bunch of Tazo teas, all these other teas. We like my homie bought me like oolong tea and stuff, and I'm really a big tea and coffee person. So yeah. Oh my god, we're totally TGE. I don't know what that means. Totally legit the same. I barely watch movies. I like chick flicks and One Tree Hill. Well, so I I actually saw a chick flick sort of. Oh, I don't know if it's considered chick flick, but I saw Pitch Perfect 3. And keep in mind, I didn't even see Pitch Perfect 1 or 2. But my homie was just like, hey, we're going to go watch it. And at the time, I was just like, fuck it. I just want to get out of the house, man. And yeah. It's just really funny. I don't know. I just think movies aren't really worth it. But sometimes it's really good just to get a story told to you. I find like for me, when I watch a movie now, like it helps me be more creative. Especially after I watched The Last Jedi and shit. Like, I don't know, I just felt so empowered to like find my purpose in life. And just like I think we all like, you know, if you watch Star Wars or anything like that, whether it's like the OG one with Luke, right? Or the really shitty prequel ones with Anakin, and even the new one with what's her name? Not Kylo Ren. Is it just Ren? I can't remember. But basically taking someone who doesn't really have a bright future, right? You just feel like you're on this desolate planet, not meant for anything. I think that relates to a lot of us. I think about my journey and I always think about I think about like, especially in college during those really dark days or high school, it was just like, I didn't know what I would ever turn into, to be honest with you. And with so little people around, like you don't have support, people don't believe you. Maybe you have people like, I don't know, Luke, like his uncle, he discouraged them from doing everything. That was like my dad to me. And like to be taken on this journey where you're going from a nobody to a kick-ass Jedi or someone, you know, someone who suddenly has purpose. I feel like that's one of the most motivational type of things. And when I watch those movies, it's constantly very similar. Like you're taking on a hero's journey where, you know, someone might not be like, they have zero potential, but all of a sudden, like you see this fire light up in their eyes. And that's one thing I like about movies a lot, you know. But I don't like the price tags for them because I'm fucking very Chinese and I'm very aware of like what I like and what I don't. And to me, like, I'd rather be spending that time kicking with homies instead, or just having a good conversation, or just like really learning about the world, you know. But I don't think there's anything wrong if you like movies. If you like movies, that's great. But for me, like from a cost point of view and like social interaction, I just enjoy talking to people a lot more. Lake says, what is Lake asks, what's the history of murder? So this actually goes into the history of JK and JK Films. If you guys don't know who JK Films is, Joe, it's like I don't know, they used to do these like really, it's so funny that I'm like describing them because I feel like a lot of my audience like watches JK, but maybe they don't, and they find me through my pharmacy side, which is really interesting. But JK was basically this comedy channel, and they would do like these characters like Uncle Sam and Uncle Chin, or like the Vatos, or like these different stereotypical racial characters, right? And that's how JK started. And as they got through their skits and stuff, like I think Uncle Chin, like Joe's character, I think he was getting like beat up in one of the scenes, and they used to do a lot of improv, and I think one of the words that he spit out was like, I can't believe, was it mudda bullshit or mudda ass? Mudda asshole? I forgot. But he said that because, like, I don't know, I think he was making fun of fobs and their fucked up English. And he's, like, most people say motherfucker, you know? But he was just like, mudda ass. And I just started cracking up. I don't know. But that's how that whole mudda thing started. And when I started living with Joe, when I started living with more of the JK people and spending so much time with Joe, like, that's when I started picking up the mudda this, mudda that. And I think, like, for me, I don't think I ever heard Joe say this, but I say mudda beauty a lot. And my aunt even says it now. It's pretty funny how like this Mutta movement is like taking off. But I definitely noticed that when I moved out, I don't say it as much. I used to say it a lot. I was like, oh, Mutta ass. I say this too much. But yeah, I used to say Mutta a lot. Wai Yin Sin says, hi, Kevin from Siem Reap Airport in Cambodia. Awesome, dude. Dude, I wish I could be in Cambodia or Thailand right now. I actually thought, like, I have about $1,000 to travel right now, and I was thinking about, hey, you know what? It'd be pretty kick-ass if I could go to travel to Thailand or something like that. That'd be pretty sick. But yeah, Wayson says, Black Panther was really good. It's $250 to watch a movie in Cambodia. That's a mother good deal, baby. Awesome, man. Like, honestly, have fun in Cambodia. Like, it's one of those places where that's like, those are places I want to explore. Of course, Hong Kong has my heart because I not grew up there, but I spent a lot of time there, and I felt like a lot of my personal growth actually came from Hong Kong. But I also want to experience new experiences in these, like, not third world, but South Asian countries, because in some ways, there's like, even though they might not be as money rich as us, I feel like they get some certain things right in life. Like, they have very strong family ties, family values, and it's all about good people, good food, good vibes, you know, and it's all about that. But they're hustlers too. They're always asking you for money and shit. But I would love to just go there, and especially Thailand, because I just want to learn like Muay Thai and stuff from beginnings and stuff like that. I want to go Brazil, learn jiu-jitsu and stuff. That'd be really sick, and just train at camp all day. There's so many things I want to do, but I think first and foremost, the thing that would make me most comfortable is actually just running my business and just making sure everything is good on that end so I can travel from anywhere. Bryce says, it's so expensive to go to movies now, but I guess it's worth it depending on the movie. For real, man. Like, that's okay. So somebody asked me to do an article on like money, saving money. I actually finished it today, but I didn't publish it yet because I got to add all images and stuff. But if you want my biggest tip on saving, it's really this. I learned it from Ramit, his conscious spending technique. But basically, it comes down to this. He calls it conscious spending, but I call it, do I give a fuck about this test? So, like, I think the easiest way, like, a lot of time we spend money not realizing what it goes to. And I think, like, one of the things that for a lot of people is actually the movies. If you add it up, let's say you go to movies every single week, that could easily add up to $80, not including parking, not including popcorn and all that mother bullshit. But like, that's an easy way to save money. Like, start cutting costs, not from the things that we love, but the things that we don't give a fuck about. You know, that's a sneak preview of next week's interview. Still feels like you say it a lot, haha, says Lake. Yeah, man. I probably do. But yeah, my mom was like, "Oh, man, my kids are gonna speak like Vietnamese, Cantonese and stuff." And I always fuck around with my mom. I try to speak. So what I'm trying to get good at, I don't know if it's a very useless skill or whatnot, but I think it's really funny. It's like I try to speak Cantonese in like, or Toisan in like in a Vietnamese accent. It's really interesting. Like, I saw this like kid one time, and I don't know if he's like a Vietnam or like Vietnamese. What that is basically someone like a Chinese person or whoever goes to Vietnam and stuff. Like, a lot of Chinese people go to Vietnam to live there and stuff like that. But I remember one time this Vietnamese like Chinese person was yelling at their kid, and they're like they're like, baby, làm chân hơi à. And I was like, what the hell? I gotta imitate this. It's hella funny. It's like, and what that means is just like, baby, you can't go or something like that, because he was running around in Costco or some bullshit like that. And I'm just trying to perfect this like Vietnamese like Chinese accent. So I don't know. It's pretty funny. Maybe one day I'll do a YouTube channel based off of Chinese Vietnamese, and I don't know. I think I think it's like it's just important to just have fun sometimes, and like that's one of the ways I just fuck around. I play around with accents and stuff. Today's my last day. Headed to Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam in about an hour. Awesome, man. Time to eat the pho. Dude, that's awesome. I always wanted to chill in Vietnam and stuff because, again, good food, good prices, good times, good vibes, you know? And I heard clubbing's like ridiculous, man. Andre says, especially here in NY. Yeah, I can't imagine. Like, tickets there are probably hella expensive, man. If you don't need, don't buy, says Satim. Kev, how's your crypto going? Are you back to 15K yet? That's a good question. I haven't really checked my crypto because I stopped trading for the most part because I've been unemployed. I'm at 11,600. So on a good note, my Zero RX jumped up a whole bunch like a few days ago because it was listed on what was it? Not Biffin. Was it Bitfinex? Bittrex, yeah. It was listed on that exchange. But everything's kind of like up and down, shit in bed. Yeah, man. And you gotta be careful too. Like for me, I'm just trying not to trade so often because that's how you get taxed on. That's how you get capital gains and shit, and you get taxed that way. So if you guys don't know, in the U.S., if you're trading altcoin to altcoin, that's a taxable event. If you convert if you hold your Bitcoin and stuff, so if you buy US to Ethereum, buy US to like Litecoin, US to Bitcoin, that's considered like safe, you know, so you don't get taxed on that. But any sort of switching of coins or anything like that, you get taxed a lot, and you either get taxed at ordinary gains or long term. It's really a bitch. So if you've been day trading, you're fucked at this point because there's no way to track all the transactions. IRS is probably going to come down on your ass. And I just feel like the government right now is just being very vague on purpose because they're trying to discourage cryptocurrency because it's headed to the moon, baby. Yeah, so. Tell us about your NoFap, says new founder. Lake says Southeast Asia Content Creator House. That's right. Me, Lake, Nova, Broke the Habit, Brian, all of us, we're going to move to Southeast Asia and just live in a house and just create content. Become a digital nomad in Chiang Mai, baby. Live with what's his name? Who's that porn star? Fuck. I was talking to Destiny about this. Oh, what's his name? He's the Asian porn star. I can't believe I blanked out on his name. He's like Thai and stuff. I forgot, but whatever. He'll come back to me. But yeah, I think, and honestly, I think that would be a pretty sick idea, just to get a whole bunch of like-minded people in one house. I really miss that. But back to NoFap. You know, like I've been going on and off, but I think after talking to Kevin, Kevin the Mr. NoFap or not Creative Vein, and talking to Lake, I realized that NoFap is one of those things that, for me, it's not very healthy, like, mentally, because I start demonizing sex. I start demonizing, like, my sexual urges and attaching a negative association with them. And I don't think that's healthy. But I think where it is healthy is that, you know, like, spending 2 hours trying to all time, that's a major time waster, man. And I think like once a week is good, you know. I feel good on just doing that, but just being very aware to just cut down rather than just going to one extreme or the other. And I think I'm going to from now on, I'm just going to keep it to just once a week. And plus it's like a fucking treat. It's like, imagine like you're dieting and it's a cheat meal. So that's basically what it is. What if you lose money over trading? Do you still get taxed? You can claim at a loss. But what other people were saying was that sometimes a taxable event can be more than the actual profit or a loss on like a trade or something. So you actually lose more money on the tax rather than the trade. I don't know if that's true. I haven't really looked into it that much. And obviously I'm not a tax specialist, but I'm just trying to navigate this as much as I can. So I'm probably going to be using bitcoin.tax or whatever to manage my taxes this year. But I didn't do that much trading. Like, honestly, I didn't really sell or anything like that. When I traded Litecoin, when I traded Litecoin, it was really just so I could diversify into other coins. So I didn't really hold the money or anything like that, but it was just to diversify from there. So I believe I bought Zcash, Monero, and other stuff. But yeah. Can you hide your crypto taxes? I mean, I'm sure you can hide it, but honestly, do you really want that peace of mind knowing that the IRS is knocking at your door? I mean, worst case scenario, you're gonna get charged back taxes and all that sort of stuff, and you can get into massive debt. Worst case scenario, you get thrown into jail. So is it worth it? It's up to you, man. Like for me, I don't think it's worth it. I think it's like, hey, we're in America. I think it's fucked up that the government is taxing so much, but we do live in a really great country at the same time. And it's just like, hey, I just rather be a good US citizen, pay your taxes, and just be done with it. As much as paying your taxes sucks ass, like it's something that we all got to do. And I was even thinking about, well, I was thinking about, like, dude, are there any advantages of opening up an LLC just to since it's considered property, are there any advantages of opening up an LLC and purchasing it as a business so you can write off certain expenses and stuff like that? But I don't really know. So those are some of the ideas I'm thinking about. But yeah. Just have a few minutes. Very good investing advice from a pharmacist, Kevin. Says JN. Thanks, man. Honestly, I love investing. I think it's very fun for me, and just to learn. And obviously, I don't think I'm a investing guru, but what I am good at is actually making it very real to people and making it very easy for people. Just talk to their level, and I try my best to do that. I try to do my best for all these like different subjects I'm in. Sometimes like I'm just trying to think about different ways where I can just communicate certain ideas in a digestible way, especially to millennials. Because I definitely notice that a lot of millennials, they don't invest. I'm just like, what the fuck, man? It's so crazy. So yeah. But yeah. Can't wait for the pho, man. Border now. Bye-bye. Awesome. Have fun, Wei Yin. Can't wait. Tell me all about it. I know you follow me on IG, so just definitely message me about it. That would be sick. Asa Akira? No, it wasn't Asa Akira, but he worked with Asa. Kenny Styles, man. That's his name, Kenny Styles. He's the one that got me on Steemit. And I was talking to Destiny, like she worked with him and stuff. Yeah, and that's how it came up recently. But yeah, very interesting. Alexander asked, "Did you see the new Black Panther movie?" I was like, "Hell no, not yet." If she's available, go for her. Kev, how much did you initially put in crypto? I actually can't really think of. I don't really know, man. Off the top of my head, maybe like 6,000 or 7,000, maybe. I don't remember. It's kind of hard at this point. I think 8. I don't know. I gotta check my logs and stuff. I have it somewhere. Where's Dr. Fang? Is she available? Angela. She is. Well, I don't know if I'll let her talk about it, but I would say no, but she can tell you about it. I don't know. Some people are very secretive about their stuff, and so I'll just have Angela talk about it next stream. Gotta go says, if she's available, go for her. Millennials have this bad rep. We gotta change our ways. Yeah, I think part of it is though, like, I don't know, man. Like I think millennials get a bad rap, but I think we also get boned a lot too by the older generation. You know, you see it with like government officials. They're always borrowing against our future, and who's having to pay for it? Us millennials. And like I think a lot of millennials like us, like we just feel so trapped because we're stuck in all this student debt, or we're stuck in all this like debt and we can't find jobs and stuff. And there's just overwhelming frustration hearing that we're paying into the system and we're not going to get social security at the end, most likely, you know? Or hearing all these problems, it's just very discouraging as a millennial, you know? And you can't help but feel this way because I don't know, I just feel like a lot of the older people just make us feel trapped because they're the one with all the powers. Like, dude, why, like, is at this point, is there really a reason why marijuana is illegal federally? I don't know. Is there like, and especially with the whole kratom thing, I feel like with Joe Rogan on this, but should it be illegal and stuff like that? I don't know, you know. But I feel like the government like is so motivated by financial gain sometimes that you question their judgment and whether something is really good for the public, you know? It's like that gut feeling, like when somebody is telling you something to your face and they're logically it makes sense, but you get this gut feeling that they're fucking lying or they're not being genuine. Like they're not being genuine. You know, it's that corporate like kind of feel sometimes, you know? And that's how I feel like a lot of like corporate like big companies are like, and that's the atmosphere because I've been in those environments where it just feels like, you know, logically everything makes sense, but I don't think you're being very 100 real with me, man. Kevin, what kind of porn do you watch? BBC baby. No. I watch like mostly Asian. I'm pretty basic for that sort of stuff. Uh Shameless plug, I watch Lake and Nova all the time. No, visit their many vids and all that. No, but I think yeah, I really like, so the things I'm really attracted to is Asian porn, but also like things like tongue rings. Oh my god, I get like really turned on by that. What else do I get? Am I into? I don't know, man. I just like that ABG look all the time, though. Like that ABG look gets to me all the time. So I like, and plus, like, I don't really like the heavily produced porn either. I like the amateur shit, like because it's more realistic. It's like it. It's like, I don't know if it's a weird feeling, but it's like, yeah, I'm like there because I could shoot that shitty ass video with like, it's not stabilized and it's hella shitty lighting sometimes, but it's like spur of the moment. And I love those like public scenes and stuff too, because I just like, I just feel like it's a thrill, you know. You're just like, you hope that they don't get caught and shit. I don't know. It just feels like the suspense, and it's just like everything all at once makes a really good amateur video, you know. And like I said, like I think the ManyVids and all this, like, not, is it ManyVids or OnlyFans or some shit like that? There's different websites and stuff, which have pay content, but like I just really like amateur shit a lot. Like it's just really or not amateur, maybe that's not the word, but homemade type of feel. That is the type of content I like on there. But yeah. Kev, you should sell your Bitcoin for Bitcoin Cash. Fuck that. I don't know the difference between Bitcoin Cash and stuff. Thoughts of being a floater with a potential of 2-hour commute. Dude, Kelvin, I feel your pain for that. If that's what you gotta do, that's what you gotta do. But there's a lot of I would definitely look somewhere else, dude. 2-hour commute is not sustainable. I've done that before. You will age like a motherfucker. You will have hip problems. You will have like glute problems, tightness, hip flexor. Dude, it's not good, man. And I would definitely look for something else, start building something else, and really work to get out of that 2-hour commute, because that's a killer, man. And I would actually move closer if you can too. I feel like it should be legal because alcohol is more toxic and still acceptable. If you were 18 by 2015, you become considered a millennial. Shit. By the way, we won Innovator of the Year on many vids. Awesome, guys. That's awesome. See, I'm telling you, Lake and Nova shit is like 100, man. It's like the shit. Although I haven't really delved into your content too much, but I feel like it's kind of weird, man. Like when I became friends with Destiny, I was like, I don't know if I can watch her shit anymore. Or like as soon as I become friends with someone, because like where's the boundary, man? Like would I ever like pull down my pants and start jerking off in front of my friends? Probably not. And it's kind of weird, man, like that sex and friends and stuff. It's just weird. But I don't know, man. How do you like let me ask you, Lake and Nova, like how do you feel knowing like if your friends jerk off to you or whatever? You know, like does that feel weird to you? Like how does that feel as like an adult content creator? Lake and Nova, is that how you spell it? Do you have an ABG? I do not have an ABG. Oh, for y'all that don't know, ABG is Asian baby girl. What is bag? ABG? It's art, bro. You can appreciate it. Don't think about it at all. That's good to know, man. Cause I always wonder, man. Like I don't know. I just feel like I feel like yeah. And then again, you guys make a good point. You're not selling like sex. You're selling pixels. You know what I mean? So, and guys, I would say like if you guys want like real ass sex videos and stuff, like or sex talks and stuff, I think Lake and Nova really delve deep into sexuality and stuff like that. I saw a few videos on Nova's channel, but they were talking about the whole like film sex and actual sex and how real sex, it doesn't look the same way and stuff. And I just thought it was very interesting because sometimes we get caught up in our minds saying that, you know, all this is like real and shit. And like, dude, imagine Bang Bus was real or like Casting Couch was real. Like, dude, it's just like those fucking fake prank like channels too, like where people are like, it's mommy makeout day, and you can just pull a random girl off the street, lift up her skirt, grab her ass while making out with her, and basically like throat fucking her with your tongue and shit. Like I just feel like some people like actually believe that this is real, you know? But yeah, that's really cool to know. A high school once told me that he jerked off to me at home and I was offended. That's kind of, I don't know. I could see like some people getting like really like, I don't know, man. That's pretty interesting that he's like straight up like being like, I jerk off to you. Cause that's like some real communication. That's like some real ass communication. Like, you turn me on so much, I jerk off to you. So I could see how you like, why? Yeah, like it's so funny. Like if you did a role reversal and a girl came up to a guy saying like, yo, I masturbate to you all the time, I think as a guy, like most guys would be like, yo, I'm really honored. That's awesome. But it's interesting to see how like if it's the other way for girls, it's just like really creepy and stuff. Just a observation. When it comes to porn creation, if it feels good, you're probably doing it wrong. Yeah. Like I see the angles and stuff like when you're penetrating and stuff, and it's like, dude, if you like, it's never like full penetration. It's just like very shallow penetration because you're trying to get the right shot and you don't want to block everything and whatnot. But yeah, that's very interesting. Kev, what is your subscriber goal for 2018? December 2018? I don't know, man. I haven't really thought about it. Like, dude, I'm like growing hella slow right now. I feel like even in these last 2 weeks or 2 weeks, I probably gained like 150 subscribers. So I'm pretty slow, but you know, it's cool, man. I think for me, like growth is secondary, producing great content first. And that includes my product that I'm creating for investing, you know. I want to that's my primary goal, not really growth right now, cuz I have enough. I have like, I don't want to say I have enough growth, but I have a growth where I have a loyal following that I truly love, you know. I look at you guys as like my friends, my family, and I have that, you know, and that's all that I really want. And if I have more people on the journey, and it's going to be natural, people are going to come in to my channel. They might like my content, they might not like it, but I felt like I'm building this very unique OG feel type of YouTube again, you know, which is awesome. We're just really just logs on the we're really just logs on the bed when we can have sex in real life. getting lit in here. Mother angles, baby. Yeah. I always wondered, like, man, maybe like if I find a girl and stuff, maybe like if she's down, like if we could try doing like like try to recreate a porn shot thing. It was pretty funny. Like Lake was Lake was talking, and he was saying like his first video that he shot was like complete shit. And I can't imagine, like, because I've never looked at it from like a production point of view. Like, how do you get those certain angles, or how do you get that perfect cum shot? You know, like I don't know. This stream is so fucking crazy. We went from like fucking Chinese New Year to my like me trying to deal with my dad to fucking porn shots to like fucking cum shots everywhere, man. What are my favorite porn sites? Well, there's always like Pornhub and stuff, which is like the Walmart of porn. That's how I compare it to. And plus, honestly, I really like Pornhub's marketing and stuff. I think they're really funny. Like, I think they're a really funny company, and they're very crafty. But sometimes like when I want amateur shit, free amateur shit, I guess, like, or free homemade shit, probably like X videos. There's X Hamster. I mean, I can list so many, but at the end of the day, like, I'm not gonna go to all these porn sites and stuff. Dude, I'll start naming Mflix, Tube 8, Wank Spider, like, RedTube, porn, like, YouPorn. Like, there's so many sites, and I don't know, man. I think like with porn too, it's good to take vacations and stuff, because man, you just get so desensitized so quick. I still remember like trying to have sex one time, and I used to watch like porn all the time, and I just couldn't get it up. It's just really like I was giving myself ED, man, and it's just like I think it's the same way. That's why I was taking so long to just like rub one out, because you know, you get so desensitized with porn. And I think it's really meant, it's like anything. You take anything too extreme, like if you're working out too much, that's not good or healthy, you know? Or if you eat too much or anything in excess, it's not that great for you. You should look for a more balanced approach. And for me, a balanced approach means not spending 2 hours a day fucking trying to jerk it and stuff, or not jerking it like 6 times a day and trying to waste all this time. I'm trying to be productive here, and but I also want to enjoy life, and I feel like sex and masturbation, that's one of the pleasures and the beauty of life, baby. Other than ABGs, are you into any other type of girls? Let's see. If I was into like, okay, so if I'm venturing into non-Asian girls and stuff, I would say I think Mexican girls are kind of cute. Like, I don't know if it's like I'm attracted to their, I think I'm really attracted to their culture actually, and like because their culture is very similar to Chinese culture, where it's very family oriented. And I would like, if I had to date outside Asian, I would consider that. I think I'm not like really into like white girls and stuff, surprisingly. I think like what's interesting too was like I think Indian girls, like for the longest time I never found them attractive, but I went into pharmacy school and I saw like a lot of really hot Indian girls. I'm like, damn, dude. I was like, oh no, that's crazy. Or like Middle Eastern girls too. Like I don't know, their eyes or something like that. It's just like very captivating, and I just really admire beauty. But it's not just because I find these girls like really attractive or really beautiful. It doesn't mean I just want to fuck them and shit. I'm not like a 21 Savage and shit. But I think growing as I get older, I think I learned to admire just beyond the race and just see people for who they are as well. Oh my, Ying says, oh my god, guys fap every day. Yeah, man. I think it's a great nightcap. No lie, I think that's one of the best nightcaps ever. Like, you just like rub one out and you go sleep after. You know, I think that's like one of the best things. And I know girls sometimes they think very differently because they're not as sexually. I don't know. They're like most girls I talk to. I don't know if they're shy or anything like that, but they're like, yeah, I probably only do it like maybe once every 6 months. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, but I don't think girls are. I mean, obviously they get turned on like physically by physical attributes, right? But I don't think they're as physically driven as us guys. You know, it's like very primal. Sometimes I feel like a fucking monkey, just like fucking. You know how chimps and shit like jerk off at the zoo and whatnot. I feel like the same way. Actually, Kevin, I don't know if Kevin told me this or if Lake told me this, but apparently animals don't like normally jerk off like in the zoo, but they only jerk off because they feel trapped. Maybe that's why I do it so much, because I feel trapped and I just want to numb myself from the world. Laugh my off. So many porn sites. I was addicted way back in the day. I just love getting hit in real life. Yo, I tell girls too, like, yo, if you like some good dick, don't ever feel bad about it, man. Like, it's part of being human. It's part of like enjoying sex is like such a great thing, and no person should hide from it. And I feel like it's a horrible thing to just sex shame girls all the time for being like sluts and shit. Like, it's I like for us guys, it's just like another like it's like yeah, I banged 10 girls last night. You know what I mean? Like, but for girls, it's totally different. I feel like a lot of girls are very closed sexually, you know. And I was telling this girl, like, like I was talking to this girl last night, like my friend's friend, and she's like, "Man, he has a nice penis and shit." I was like, "Yo, girl, like, fucking own it. Be like, yo, I like every once in a while, I like some good dick in my life, you know, like." Dude, somebody's gonna edit that and just like take it out of context and shit. But you know, like I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know, like being very sexual. And I think that's like part of where a lot of relationships go wrong, because I look at a lot of Lake and Nova, and they're very like, I think you need to have that openness to be able to work with other people and stuff like that. And like I think that's where a lot of relationships go wrong, because we never really delve into like deep conversations like what turns you on, what doesn't turn you on, because we're so like, I don't know, it's kind of like an ego bruise, or I don't know, like we automatically thinking like because we're not doing something, or we're not doing something that is pleasing the other person, or we're not like perfect, we feel bad about ourselves, and so we just never ask that question. But I think like it's very important to be like, hey, what turns you on, what could I do better, you know? And that's how you progress like sex, because think about it, most people that have one night stands, they're not that great. You know, like one night stands, like usually, I mean, there's hit and miss, right? Sometimes you get some really good. Oh, I can't really speak from personal experience, but from what my friends tell me, like sometimes you really get like, it's either really good or really shit, you know? But most of the time it's really shit, because you guys don't have that chemistry together. You don't know what turns on the other person. I think that's one of the beauties of multiple of like a relationship, because you get to grow, but like not only like mentally and stuff, but you get to grow like sexually as well. but balance as well. How's your dating life? Oh, non-existent right now. I am dating this girl right now back in California, but we're not like boyfriend girlfriend. But I don't think that's much because of her. I think that's more because of me, because I feel very demasculated right now. I'm not pulling any income, and I think more importantly, for me to feel like I just, it's not my priority. It's kind of like, let me think of a good analogy for this. Like, I think everyone wants a kid, right? But I just don't want it like right now, if you know what I mean. I'm not ready for all the responsibility and all that. I think like really working on myself, really growing my business and stuff is what I really care about right now. And I want to really focus on that. Learn something new again here today. Choi is like, damn, I'm writing down all these porn sites. I'm going to use them for later. Yeah, but I think it's like really important to have these like real ass conversations with people, like where we're just like very open with our sexuality, with what our wants and stuff. And that's like, I was explaining to someone yesterday, or I was just probing questions yesterday to my friend. She really enjoyed the conversation, but I was just like having difficult, like, because you're like, she was like, man, I just can't find a perfect guy. And then she listed out all her attributes. Typical shit. I want somebody smart, successful. Come on. Is there really a girl that's going to be like, I want someone unsuccessful. I want someone like fucking poor shit. Like, dude, or like, those are all like the very standard answers. I was like, I mean, you're meeting guys that fit all your criteria. What's missing? And then she was just like, yeah, I always find something wrong with them. And I was like, how's your relationship with your dad? And she's like, it's shit. He always cheats on my mom and stuff. And I was like, do you have trouble forgiving him for that? Or do you have trouble like accepting him for that? She's like, yeah. And I was like, you're never gonna find a perfect person. And I think with any relationship, Lake and Nova, I'm sure you can comment, but every relationship, there's always going to be an argument or fight somewhere along the way. And that is very natural. It's good to have those, But what's the difference? Since every relationship fights, right? What's the difference? It's how you communicate, how you guys communicate between each other, Expressing wants and dislikes. Maybe you can't change them, but at least you can better understand each other. I think that's the most important thing. How much you bench? Not that much. I probably bench I think 245. Back when I was like doing more powerlifting stuff, I was like doing like, never hit 315, but I hit 310. But yeah, that's the most I've ever done, but not that much. I'm not really into lifting as heavy as before, even though I'm trying to better myself always. Like, I'm trying to get better at this new lower body weight with learning MMA and jiu-jitsu and stuff as well. Are you gonna find a pharmacy job in Boston? No, because I'm not licensed in Massachusetts, unfortunately. Are you wasting your time or hers by doing that? I think it's very, like, we've actually had this conversation before, and that's why I was saying, like, it's important to have this conversation with people that, I've been very open and honest. I was like, honestly, I feel very guilty for keeping you, like, holding you back. You could be dating someone else who's more serious. You could be dating someone else that's more serious and all this sort of stuff. But she was like, I want to stick around, And I was like, damn, that's what you get from real, like, relationships. You get to understand each other, So now I don't feel bad that she's on this journey with me. She chooses to be that way. And I think it's important to realize that everybody makes a choice, and since we had that conversation, like, it's very clear, it's not like, I'm very clear with her. It's just like, it's not because of her. It's just because I'm just not ready, and because I feel demasculated. Demasculation. Oh yeah, fuck yeah. But honestly, that's really important, to have those real conversations. So I don't, in short, I don't feel like I'm wasting her time or my time. Hey Kevin, you remember how you made 150 a year? How much do you save up in a year with all the expenses taken out? Man, so I'll break down my thing. So like with all the, it's like roughly like, so I think I was like, let's say 10,000 a month ish, 10,000 a month take home. And then like I do get some money. I do get money back from my taxes and stuff like that too. But man, let's say $10,000 take home. With 40%, like this is tax, social security, all that sort of stuff. Total withdrawings, probably brought home 6,000. With that 6,000, 1,500 goes to my loans. About 500 goes to my car. Another 200 goes to my insurance and stuff. Or like I'm giving you ballpark, right? I think I invest over $1,000 a month. Rent is like about $1,000, and then I think I allocate some for food, massages, and stuff. I think I save another like at least 600 into savings and stuff like that, like emergency fund and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, man, I think about maybe 1,600. Like I calculated it was like about, I was close to 20%, like 20% in total savings and investing. So yeah, for that's for the most part. And then usually when I get my tax refund, I just dump it into my investments again. Wow, how did you make 150 a year? Easy, become a pharmacy manager. But you have to realize the expenses for like pharmacy school can be very expensive as well, What's your best advice for people who are unemployed? So advice for myself, I've been for a month now, and it's so hard. It is really hard, Andre. I totally feel you that it's really hard being unemployed. I deal with it all the time because you're dealing with that like insecurity, of like, oh man, I just feel like I'm getting rejected. Just like when guys approach girls all the time and we get rejected numerous times, we're like, just like, oh shit, is it me? So I feel you. For me, I think what's been helping is actually being scheduled, having a routine, showing acts of self-love. I'm not talking about masturbation, but doing something that really makes you happy every single day. Apply to jobs, and also work on something on the side too. Like get into digital marketing, get into creating a product, maybe launch your own t-shirt company with Teespring. Work on something on the side and try to grow something at the same time. And I think that will help fill up the time, and if you need to, like, I don't know if there's free resources on depression and stuff. I need to look into this because I was thinking about getting therapy, but like, I think maybe having someone to talk to would be good, talk to friends. Like for me, I talk to Brian all the time and he really keeps me in check sometimes, so it's tough times. I'm going through it too right now, like I don't want to go back to community pharmacy. Like I really dread it, but I'm taking this time to really work on my business instead. When I dropped that perfect guy standard, I accepted a guy I'm with now and couldn't be happier. See? It's just like dude, that's the thing, like there's no perfect person out there. And as soon as you really not only know it in your head, but really internalize it, it makes your life so much easier. And you realize that no one's perfect, but every situation can be figured out with enough creativity and enough discipline. And if you're willing to listen to each other, you guys can always work out a solution together. You might not to because you're fucking heated in the moment and can have some good like fucking angry sex or something like that. But like seriously, like if you listen to each other's needs, you can create a solution. No problem. Same team, same dream, says Lake. Any tips for students before they go on rotations? Um, Dude, before you go on to rotation, ask yourself, like, what do I really want to get out of this? What sort of experiences do I want to get? Like, everybody wants a good recommendation going out of rotation and stuff, but look deeper into that. Like, talk to people before, like, who have been on that rotation. What were some of the best parts and some of the worst parts? And I think one of the things about rotation is just like really taking charge of your rotation, because sometimes your preceptor, they're not good. Like, there's a lot of shitty precept. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of shitty preceptors out there. It makes me very angry, actually. But like take charge of your own rotation. What do you want to learn? What is there to learn? What kind of resources do they have? And have that open, deep conversation and realistic conversation with your preceptor, and go from there. And it's their job to teach you. Like, and if it's not working, like, do communicate with the school. But I would say, like, really think about what kind of experiences you want getting out of rotation. I would start investing in Canada, but in Canada it's different. I don't know where to start. Yeah, man, I don't really know, but I'm pretty sure that you can invest in, like, I don't know your tax laws and stuff. I don't know what's possible in Canada. Maybe Lake or Nova knows more about it. But honestly, I don't really know. But you can try to invest in different indexes, maybe an international index, maybe a US index, maybe your own like country index and stuff. I don't know. But like, yeah, I would probably talk to someone in your country. I'm sorry, I don't really know. I should probably look into what outside US people, like, opportunities that they have to invest as well. But it's probably very similar, like dollar cost averaging, find a like index fund, and that's basic default planning right there. And there's like probably some sort of tax implication because government always wants their money. Do you think a scholarship to pharmacy school would be a deciding factor? I got a scholarship to a school that isn't fully accredited yet. Their first class is this May. Well, I would consider it, actually. Worst case scenario, you miss out on time, so just be very aware about that. But it's like almost like gambling, but like, what is their accredited, like, since they're not accredited yet, what is like the chance that they will be accredited, like, what is their accreditation progress as we go, and I think like that is a huge thing. Maybe it might be like financially it might be really good, but on the flip side, like, that school does not have a reputation, and also they might not be well established, so you might not be able to get all the kick-ass rotations that a well-established school would have. But if you're proactive enough, you can create anything you want, and maybe you can find a rotation site that can actually give you a good rotation site. What chain did you work for? Well, I can talk about one. Civis. Legend RX says out of pocket cost plus financial aid should be. I graduate debt free if I took the scholarship. If not, I graduate with 75K of debt, but I'd be fully accredited school with a high NAPLEX pass rate. Honestly, though, I feel like, I can't really say about this year's NAPLEX because I never took the new NAPLEX, right? So take my advice with a grain of salt. But I would actually probably watch some of or listen to some of Tony Farmd's podcasts, actually, because he probably would have better strategy for NAPLEX. But honestly, I'm pretty sure you can figure out the NAPLEX with or without a really good school. It just obviously makes it easier. But I would take the scholarship, dude. If it's free, you're using time, and then worst case scenario, you just go to a regular pharmacy school that has accreditation. I think that's a really good opportunity. And just think about it as like, I guess, working like more experiences in your life. Imagine how much knowledge you'd have if you had to repeat pharmacy school. Maybe you become a better pharmacist, have a better positioning going into advising students, or like you might do better, man. Young people should invest in what they know and believe in the future. Google, Amazon, Facebook are all winners. Crypto is obviously viable, but looks promising. Never invest what you can't lose. I would agree with Lake a lot. Big companies like Google, Amazon, Facebook, those are like the real. If you look at any U.S. index fund, those are pretty much the core, like the Apples and all that. That's what an index fund is. It's like if you're buying an index fund that tracks the S&P 500, it's look at the 500 top companies and stuff like that. Granted, I mean, you're not going to see those crazy crypto gains or anything like that, but over time, you're not in it for the crazy 1 year return. You're in it for the long haul and see the huge return on it. Like I've seen 300% like return on my investment, and it's not from what pump and dump trades. It's really from like continuous investing over the years. It's really crazy what compound interest can do, and that's why I feel so strongly about investing. Like I think it's one of those things that it's so easy if you take the time, but it's just so many resources are so fucking boring. I've read so many investing books. Sometimes I just want to shoot myself because they don't know how to talk to people, But it's also so I think the best way is just get into start it with something simple. And that was like kind of my motivation in creating the course and stuff too. But regardless, I think next week I'm going to be talking about like saving money and stuff. And I think if you're ever thinking about like investing, this is a good transition article. So I'll let you guys know when it's up. Oh, Lake says volatile. Crypto is obviously volatile, but looks promising. Netflix doesn't necessarily correlate with pharmacy curriculum. School teaching to pass a standardized exam is a bad real world application. Agreed, legend. I think honestly, having a a pharmacy curriculum, which has a lot of good good professors, good mentors. That's the stuff that you should be looking for, because you're basically a leader in the making and you want all the great tools, For sure, you can do it the Chinese sweatshop way and just good enough. Just do the bare minimum so it's just okay, But you really want to flourish, man. You only get to do pharmacy school once. And you want if you're gonna be paying a premium paying a premium at a good school, you might as well get all the benefits. But if you're not paying for shit, dude, that's also a really good opportunity as well. You can't lose, man. That's what I'm just trying to say. Do you ever mention the attractiveness of another girl to a girlfriend, Kevin? Off topic. Yeah, man. I'm trying to be more okay. So here, if you want to know a huge fault of mine, or not fault, but one thing I don't do enough is own that I feel like a girl is attractive. And as soon as I okay. So for the longest time, I probably just standard narrative of most Asian nerdy guys. You befriend them, you be really nice, and hopefully one day they'll notice how nice you are. But guys, if you are like this, truth is girls don't fall in love with guys like that. And I think you have to really embrace the alpha in you. And I think there's a lot where you just go up to a girl, and this is what I was doing maybe a few months ago. But I was just hey, I just feel like you're a really attractive girl and stuff. And just saying that, knowing that you might get turned down and stuff, that is that's a really high competence trigger, And I think it's important. But you're saying to a girl to a girlfriend. So any of my friends, yeah, there's certain friends. I think my friend Crystal is hella attractive. She got those ABG eyes and shit. But she knows that, and it doesn't mean I want to fuck her, I always want to fuck her or anything like that. But I think it's good to know, if you're attracted to someone, just let them know. Just let people know that they're attractive, and that they're beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I feel like, and that's the problem. Like sometimes, like I think you're so stigmatized, like it's so stigmatized, like in today's culture where you just tell someone that they're attractive, or you find them attractive, or you find them hot, and they automatically think that you want something from them, or you're just trying to fucking get in their pants or something like that. But hey, I think it's the way you approach too, and it really sucks that a lot of like one of the hard parts about being a guy is feeling like you're like a fucking creep all the time just for just expressing yourself, you know. But it's part of the game, man. Sometimes like it happens. Do chain pharmacies allow pharmacists to work at other places along with a part-time job? I'm thinking about working 2 jobs at once after you graduate. It depends. Sometimes like there's a no compete clause. But I know other pharmacists that work at chains and do independent as well. I think as long as pharmacies aren't a conflict of interest, so like a drugstore and grocery is okay. If the second workplace is not a competitor, aka another chain. I am a thing about pharmacy privacy, blah blah blah. Cool, thanks for Kevin and Legend for the help. So for example, I can't work at CVS and Walgreens at the same time. Yes, that's right. I would check out the faculty's background, practice site, past experience, connections, etc. Yes, Legend. That's awesome advice, actually. And honestly, like talk to like different faculty. Like I would talk to the faculty there too. No, meaning like a girl you're dating. Oh, of course, man. Like I think Andre. Okay, so this is what you mean. Okay, gotcha. I think yeah, of course, man. It's very important. Like if the girl I'm dating looks really good, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna tell her that she looks really nice today. You know, so one, she can do it more, but like second thing, like I just think that yeah, so she can do it more, and like she feels safe and okay that she's being herself. Sometimes like we feel very insecure by silence, you know, and just by acknowledging something, saying something, it goes a long way, man. Why won't you date your friend Crystal if you find her attractive? Because it's not all about the physical looks. Sometimes it's like the personality as well. And she doesn't feel the same way too. I've brought it up before. Kev, how much is your haircut and what do you ask for? So I normally get like designs and stuff in the right side of the head, but obviously I don't I don't have my normal barber, but usually I ask for a ball fade, you know? I like fades because I don't know, Dominicans do it really well in my neighborhood, but yeah, I usually ask for a fade. Also, school is like a brand new process for startup. Usually people do hospital and chain. Haha. Okay. Says Lake. Do you tell your girlfriend? Lake says, do you tell your girlfriend you saw some APG at the gym? Oh my god, that'd be hella funny, dude. Hey, girl, I saw the APG at the gym. I want to fuck her. Do you want to join? And if she says yes, she's a keeper, man. No, no, I don't. But if she's like with me, I'd be like, hey, I think she's really attractive, you know? And I think it's just like realizing like when you're saying that, it doesn't mean there's a deficiency in the other person. It's just like really stating how you just feel, what you like, what you don't, you know? And having that, like, I don't think I'd be really like if it was role reversal and like the girl I was dating was like, hey, I think he's really attractive, like, does that mean that she wants to fuck him? Maybe, but like that's okay. That's okay because at the end of the day, she's coming home with me or something like that, you know. And I think sometimes like we need more openness about how we communicate with people because what I realize nowadays is just like communication is so key and like trying to change who you are and is not healthy, dude. It's not healthy for our society. It's not healthy for people, you know. And I remember like when I lost my job and stuff, like I talk about in my article this week, but when I lost my job, never in my life have I ever felt so like not bad for what I did, but I felt like they made me sort of feel like a almost like a shit person, or perhaps, you know, like me as a core person, I was a shit person because I just wanted to just have fun, like not have fun on the job, but start this YouTube channel, have this open conversation about what's working in healthcare, what's not, what is like being as a pharmacist, what are the good things and bad things about being a pharmacist. And I think like I'm pretty honest about everything I talk about, you know, but to just shut someone up, and I just felt like very used and abused, you know. And I think like with friends too, if you have friends that make you feel really shitty about yourself too, they're always criticizing you and like judging you and stuff, and you get this feeling that you're being judged, like it's time to dump them too, man. It's just starting up. Next year they're opening a DO school. The faculty seems nice and caring. That's awesome, man. I know a friend who works 10 days straight at Kaiser and then gets 4 days off. 3, 4 days off, and he works at Rite Aid. God damn, that kid is probably banking feeding Uncle Sam, man. So it could be an option. When guys says those things, when guys say those things to women they're dating, it makes them feel degraded. I think it's the way you approach it, you know, like if you kind of approach it like that's the thing. Like if you don't continuously have difficult conversations and stuff, yes, they're gonna feel degraded, you know, because they're gonna feel like there's a deficiency in the relationship. Like if you always feel like you're being Asian parent, you know, like you only voice things when things are like wrong and stuff like that. Like I don't know, like it really depends how your relationship is. And I think like having it, the more difficult conversations that you guys have, the easier it is to have to be more open with each other, you know. And so then the other person knows that you're not coming from a place of degradation, you know. But I don't necessarily believe in that. Kevin, about your job loss and reflections. Soon the 30-year-olds are going to run the world and the old guard will be gone. And the 30-year-old see the world completely differently and value content creators. Yeah, man, I'm hoping that all this is worth it, you know, and you know, it feels good helping this next generation get through all their hard times and difficult times. You know, the old guard, you're right. They view us content creators like they probably view me like Logan Paul or Jake Paul. You know, like they probably view me as those content creators. But I'm really not like that, and I don't think my content's ever represented that sort of thing, you know? I've just always advocated like let's have fun. We don't always have to be so serious all the time. Let's show the person behind the camera or behind the counter and stuff, you know? And I think that conversation that we had, like, was actually very, very valuable for me because it made me realize that, you know, I'm building an asset right here, and you know, like not all is hopeless. And so those words that you say to me like really mean a lot. Which city or state do pharmacists get paid the most? I don't know, man. You have to do the research. Tony actually did an article like on pharmacist job locations and stuff, but I don't know about pay. I would assume like California or something, but that's also because we get taxed a lot too. We have high, but I don't really know. I'll probably ask like Tony about it and just see some good resources about how to definitively find where like how much pharmacists get paid. Obviously, you're gonna get paid more in like Silicon Valley than you do in like in bumsfuck nowhere because the expense, like the living expenses are higher, you know. So I would not just look at, if you're planning to practice in a state, I would not go just by money. I would go by opportunity, how much you're gonna like really grow from a certain opportunity, and where you're gonna be happy too. If your family is in Boston, maybe practice in Boston, you know. I've got shut down by doing that. Hey man, sometimes shit doesn't go the way you want it to, but it's just part of the filtering process. If you can't have an open conversation with someone, then they're probably not the one, bud. You know, I don't think you should change yourself like for who you are. Again, remember what I said. Like, you know, if people make you feel like guilty for you being a person, then fuck it. As long as you're just trying to be respectful and just communicate, like, dude, that's the most you can do. Yeah, I never said like being up and like honest with everyone and like being upfront is gonna get you every single girl, because it's kind of weird sometimes. Like when you're very upfront and stuff, people think about your intentions, and you just have to have the mental strength to just go like, hey, you know, I'm not trying to like fuck you. Like I'm not immediately trying to fuck you or anything like that. I just want to let you know, you know. That's all, man. Sorry to hear that, new founder. I know it kind of sucks. I've been there before too, man. Rural areas pay the most because of sanction OT, baby. Otherwise, pretty flat. So cost of living would be a factor in take home. No, you can't compare to Jake or Logan. You're actually authentic, and that's why your audience is genuine. Yeah, man. I think that's why like all the trolls and stuff, they just get filtered out my channel, because man, when I first like got trolls and stuff, it really took a toll on me, man. It was really tough dealing with trolls and dealing with all the shit, trying to delete their comments. But now I don't even do that. I just like fucking like, I just like let it go, and I'm just like, just don't pay any attention. I don't recognize them. I don't say anything about their comments, and they just end up leaving. It's been so much easier for me to go that route. I live in northern CA. When I shadowed the pharmacist, he said he made around 140. Believe it or not, there's actually a shortage in my area. They pay for gas and overtime from out of work to work here. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Eureka. My friend actually works there. He said he likes it there. We're in NorCal. Eureka, Crescent City, Martinez, Lowell. Yeah. But back to the whole Jake and Logan. I'm just saying, like, that's how like a lot of people in the pharmacy world view me. And you know, it kind of sucks, but you know, like it is what it is, you know. I do think pharmacy attracts certain people, and they tend to be more the conservative type. And I'm not trying to go after the whole pharmacy community. There's probably better people for that. Like, I'm not super PC with what I don't try to be PC with everything I say. I don't try to, like, I just try to keep everything 100% real. And I think that's more important, being authentic. Like, that's the most important thing that you can ever do, you know? And I don't ever want to be someone who I'm not, you know? And I think that's one of the real freedoms I found from taking some time off. It's just like, I feel free right now, you know, not because I'm not working, but because I can just be who I want to, you know, and who I was meant to be, you know. And don't get me wrong, it's hard work being your own boss and doing all this. You gotta stay disciplined. Sometimes you just gotta grind shit out, and it doesn't always feel so fucking good, you know. But seriously, like, it feels very freeing knowing that you know that you're working for yourself, and that you have to rely on yourself, and you're how do I put it, like, shooting what you kill. All right, guys, it is pretty freaking late right now. 10:41. My friends are actually going out. So, man, I did almost a 2-hour stream. Dude, this was awesome, man. I had such great turnout tonight. And I have currently 15 people watching, but I felt like there was a lot of people at one point. Let me check the stats really quick. Oh my god. I had 24 viewers today. Not bad, man. It's pretty consistent for the most part. So, guys, in any relationship, let me finish reading comments before I go. In any relationship, romantic, employee, or even when viewer slash YouTuber, all that matters is shared values and goals. 1 hour north of Sacramento. Very true, man. Dude, Lake, you are very, very wise, and I think that's very like really like I really want to emphasize that. Um, they say shop in Oregon to skip state tax. I like how you mentioned the good and bad parts of pharmacy. You don't sugarcoat. You tell the truth. Not many people left who will do that. Yeah, and I have to like, it sucks, man. And I don't like to filter myself, but and I do realize if I go down this pharmacy route, I will have to not censor everything, but censor like where I work and stuff like that, because that's always going to be a liability now. Good night, Kev. Thanks, Lake. Thanks for joining. Thank you guys for joining the stream, man. Thanks for the stream, says Lake. Good night, says Andre. Alexander's like, hey, thanks to everyone for sharing all the info. Good night. Legend RX. Love Sunday stream. That is my loyal fan base. That's what I mean, baby. Awesome, guys. Well, guys, I hope you guys have a great week. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed the stream. Yeah. Maybe I'll do another bonus stream this week. I haven't decided yet. So, but yeah, man, like this is very therapeutic for me, and it really warms my heart to see that my community is growing and growing, like little bit by little bit, you know, and as more people join, like you guys recognize each other and help each other out, you know, because I'm not an expert at everything. I just try to keep everything real and shit. But yeah, man, thank you guys for the stream, baby. It's always a good study break. You are a beautiful human. Always sharing light and insights. All right, guys. 恭喜發財，新年快樂. Peace or Chuk Mung Namui or whatever in Vietnamese or whatever. In Cambodians, I know you're not celebrating New Year, so tough shit. But anyways, guys, love you guys. Take care. Peace, mother people.